Good Monday. I'm Kris Foate. This is Monday Morning Jolt. Let's get started. Shirona?
Good morning. Today we have Mark Hagar. He's a local businessman and he owns multiple businesses. He started with the printing business and now he's into the web business. And he also have a radio show on Saturday morning. If anybody is up on Saturday morning and do a radio show,
around 8 a.m. on FM 100 Talks here in Fort Wayne.
And also, Mark is pretty good at doing push-ups. He can do about twice as much as push-ups as I can.
That's anecdotal evidence, so we've not actually had a competition yet.
We're proving here today.
And then, Mark, tell us more about what you do. I know you're an interesting guy.
Sure. Well, I hope so. I'm actually, my background is I'm a certified turnaround professional. So I work with financially distressed companies and help them avoid bankruptcy or help them through the bankruptcy process if they need that. Through the course of my career in that area, I've come across a number of businesses that made for good acquisitions. And so we've been able to acquire businesses along the way that, with some assistance from us, are able to take them from a financially distressed situation and get them turned around. So that's primarily what I've spent my career doing, and along the way we've acquired other companies. We acquired Specialized Printed Products about 13 years ago, and it was not a financially distressed company at the time. I like to tell everybody that. That was a solid earning company, but it was a good acquisition for us. Through the years we've acquired other print-related companies. And then in October, early last year, we created a investment fund for the purpose of acquiring businesses in Northeast Indiana. And the first acquisition that we made with that company was called eMagic. And eMagic is a technology that was created at the Innovation Center here in Fort Wayne. Mm-hmm. It was the 2009 Emerging Technology of the Year Award winner. And so when we acquired that company, it was a nice fit for our existing print customers through the printing company, because typically we cater to small businesses. And what we find is there are a lot of small businesses that have no web presence, or they have an inadequate web presence, that they're not happy with it themselves. And so we're able to offer them a low-cost solution to their web needs. And it specifically addresses some of the pain points for small business owners. And those are typically issues related to the speed with which they can edit the site and the cost associated with editing the site. And we eliminate both of those things. We create the site for them initially, we get it launched, we have a really easy to use back-end editor, and the customer can go in and make changes on their own. Very simply, make type changes, they can add photos and other images and do some work. So again, we specifically address some of the pain points with owning a website. So
one of the things that you didn't cover, Mark, is like most of the time when people think of a website, they think that it's going to take a couple of months or maybe a year even, but you guys do it in 2-3 days.
Turnaround time.
That's absolutely right. And again, it goes to the ease of the technology that we're using. Rapid deployment is just part of the package that we offer, and typically 2 days to a week, depending on the content provided by the customer. We're able to get a website up really quick. And in fact, in a pinch, and we've done this for more than one client, in a pinch we've been able to get a website up in a matter of hours.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
So, this is Monday Morning Jolt. We want to know why Mondays are special.
Mondays are wonderful because they're full of opportunity. My background, prior to owning businesses of my own, I worked for corporate America like a lot of people, and I hated Sunday nights because it was only going to lead you to Monday morning. And Sunday nights are some of my favorite times now. It's hard to get a lot done on the weekends, which is probably a good thing because we all need to take a little time, off and a little downtime and spend time with your family and all that. But
sure.
Monday morning is full of opportunity, and you start every Monday morning with a big list of things you hope to accomplish this week. And if you get through the list quick, then you're having a good day. And sometimes it gets struck down, but I just love it. It's a fresh start. Every Monday morning's a fresh start.
Sometimes it changes completely by the time you get to work.
Oh, sure. Sure. That's part of the fun.
That's right, the adventure.
Right.
So do you do certain things to really kickstart your Mondays? Do you have any rituals that you follow?
I'm a pretty early riser.
You do 60 push-ups?
I don't do push-ups in the morning. No, I don't exercise in the morning. But I'm a pretty early riser. I do go to church a lot at 6:30 on Monday mornings, and it's a good way to start my week and kind of refocus and get you thinking about what's important before you head to work. And then sometimes breakfast and a little coffee. Coffee's a new addiction for me.
Is it?
Yeah.
Decaf or caffeine?
It's caffeinated. What's the point otherwise? I've made it 43 years without drinking coffee, and now I can't pass a day without it. So, but that's part of my Monday morning ritual. I like to be in the office. I do have this problem that I can't not go to the office first thing on Monday morning. After church, if I'm not at the office by 7:30, I really start to itch. And I have people who want to schedule meetings, can we meet Monday morning? No. No, I have to be in the office because the meeting will go terribly if I don't get to the office Monday morning, so.
What kind of advice can you give other businesses, since you have done multiple businesses and have been successful? Like one advice that you can give somebody who's starting a business or...
Before they get into trouble.
Yeah, you're right. Everybody, they always call me too late. That's what I always tell people. I think, the biggest thing that people have to do is they have to be able to understand and interpret their own financial statements. There's nothing more important than being able to look at your own financials and drill down and understand how they're built up. None of us go into business because we're good at financials, except for CPAs, right? They're the only ones who do that. And so, a lot of times it's easy to kind of ignore that, especially if you're successful, because success hides a lot of sin, and so you just kind of go about it, and I'm making money and I'm happy. But the single most important thing and the single biggest inadequacy for people who do come to me with their problem is that they don't even understand their own financial statement. So that's my advice.
Great point. Do you live by a certain adage or quote that really resonates with you and kind of demonstrates how you live your life?
They seem to change quite a bit.
Well, they adapt to the situation and the journey.
Yeah, I think know yourself is probably the thing that has led me to my personal success, and my professional successes. Know yourself, which means know your own limitations, know your own abilities. Don't shy away from the things that you're good at, and it's important to be humble and modest, but at the same time, when you know you're good at something, you shouldn't shy away from that and go with your strengths, understand your weaknesses, and find people to fill in.
That's great.
So that's kind of a long motto.
No, but know yourself is the motto. That's your strengths and weaknesses. We got that. How about a superpower? If you could have any superpower, even not one that's typical.
Well, you know what? I would really like to be able to go back in time.
Go back
I
in
would
time.
really like the opportunity to, correct some mistakes that I've made. Certainly.
And then, can you tell us something that even those who know you well might be surprised to hear, other than the 60 push-ups?
Oh boy, I was just going to say 60.
No, you can do more than 60.
Oh, more than 60. At the end of this, we're going to want this demonstration.
But I'm afraid of that.
No, we're not. But anything that would surprise people about you?
I think probably the diversity of my outside interest, tends to surprise people. I used to be in martial arts, and people find that surprising oftentimes. Although now that you've broken the news about my push-ups, maybe not. I'd like to. I've tried kayaking before and nearly drowned. I've driven a race car before, and it's just the diversity of my interests. Things that if it interests me, I'm willing to try it. And so there's a lot of one-time experiences in my life that allow me.
So anyway, Mark, tell our audience, how do they get hold of you? What is your web address? What's the phone number?
Well, absolutely. Our web address for our investment fund is rainindiana.com, and there's some contact us information through there. You can send me an email at mark@sppdirect.com, or you can give me a call at 260-403-6574.
All right, we would like to thank Mark today for coming and joining us. Thank you for watching. This is Monday Morning Jolt. Use it.